All right, guys. Today is my first upload on my prep series. I am a little under 19 weeks or closer to 18 weeks out from an NPC show in Kansas City, November 23rd. Sorry if you hear the sniffling, apologies. I've obviously got some allergies of some sort going on. But here we go, back to the video. Today was a little bit different for me. Normally, I'm a load set and then a back offset kind of guy. Load set is, I mean, that's another term for work set. So work set, back offset, load set, back offset, however you want to go ahead and, use the terminology that you're most comfortable with or most familiar with. But yeah, today's a little different just because I am doing more of an escalated pyramid scheme versus, like I just stated, a work off and back offset. Yeah, so today I just felt like I needed to ease up on the load prior to my pressing today. So, with today being a quad dominant lower session for me, I decided to yeah, just escalate and pyramid my way up to a good working set of, I think, anywhere from 12 to 15. Uh, this is my first time watching this video. So everything you guys are watching, I'm also watching for the first time. Uh, yeah. So this is my second set here. Obviously wasn't the easiest set either. And I promise none of this movement I'm doing here is exaggerated. I'm either extremely out of breath um, or got a really good quad pump or both. But yeah, here is my final set here. I think I'm three stacks off from the full stack, or three pins away from the full stack. So although I'm doing a pyramid scheme in terms of working weights, I am still making sure I'm getting an adequate amount of load while I'm doing these exercises because um, you'll find out soon enough, but I'm more of a progression-led hypertrophy advocate myself. So whether that is adding in volume, adding in load, adding in frequency of exercise, um, it's all about just moving forward and increasing in any of those areas or and then some. Obviously, you can better your technique and or form and create more tension that way in certain exercises and body parts, but that's not how I operate. So um, the saying goes, actually, I don't know the saying, but I'm gonna just make it up anyway. I think what it says, 1,000 ways to skin a cat or multiple ways to skin a cat. Uh, Somebody can go ahead and Google that and tell me the origins and how incorrectly or closely I recited that. Yeah, but here is the Rogers Squat Pro. This is my first pressing movement of the session. Um, Normally during a quad dominant session, I'm doing 2 to 3 pressing movements, but this session with this being a higher load for me, I decided 2 was adequate. I was starting to feel large amounts of, not the pump type of fatigue, but exercise induced fatigue here. And I thought that was adequate enough for me to move on to the next exercise. But yes, Squat Pro here. This is a 4.5 plate Squat Pro set. Um, I don't have my logbook with me, but I think I did 12 reps, and I was talking through most of the first set and most of this set. So my apologies. I'm still a work in progress. But yeah, 4.5 plates. I think that is matching my personal best on this exercise specifically. And this is actually my first time doing this exercise in a few months because I actually have 2 gym memberships that I'm going to. I like to have a little bit of variety in my sessions when it comes to um, my split. Um, Obviously, I've gotten pretty deep in the video. When I'm almost 5 minutes in, I haven't even told you guys what kind of split I do. I'm currently on a push-pull lower hybrid split, um, and I will rotate between that and an upper lower, depending on how well I'm judging my recovery capabilities and making sure that progression is still being obtained in every session. So yeah, here we are on the hip press. Also, back to my point here. I just remembered. I should probably tell you guys that on my push pull lower, I rotate between two sets of um, exercises, or I guess exercise rotations for both days. So push, I'll have a push A and B. Pull, I'll have a pull A and B. Lower, I'll have an A and B. Um, and for anyone that's unaware, the A and B just stands for here. How would I put it? I would just say like okay, day one, I'm doing a leg press, a hack a hack squat, an extension, and a lying ham. Where on day two, I'll still do a leg press, but it'll be a different machine. Maybe it's a different angle. Maybe it's a seated versus a lying. Um, and if I do two pressing movements that's the same day, I'll exchange that hack squat out with maybe a hip sled, maybe regular squats. Um, but yeah, just exchanging exercises is essentially what I'm getting at here. Day A will have certain exercises for every time you land on that day. So pull A will be the same for however long you're running this split. Um, and then pull B will be a different set of exercises. So it's just a long-winded way of telling you guys that day A and day B just consists of different exercises. Um, some people go as far as to even, what would I say, um, tinker with tempo and form and load on these days. Like some people will do day A as a heavier load day, maybe more moderate reps, where somebody will do like the B day will be a higher volume, more reps, pump-ish type workout. Again, nothing is right, nothing is wrong. It's just what works for you. And I'm not saying what works for you in terms of best or optimal for hypertrophy, but I am of the mind that the best program is the one you can adhere to the best. So whether you're a bro split enthusiast, whether you're a full body, upper lower, push pull lower, uh, any of those above can apply. So yes, I did my. I was talking so much I can't tell if I did two or three sets, but I'm gonna say I did two sets here. Sorry, I'm concentrating on speaking versus analyzing the video. Okay, but here I'll go back to the exercises here. Here I'm doing a seated hamstring curl. Uh, yeah, I'm actually watching with you guys and pretty okay with the way my hamstring are looking even in this shot here. Um, but yes, you would notice that I have a rolled up yoga mat there on top of that pad. And the whole reason the whole purpose for doing that is it's creating an artificial elevated pad for me because this specific Cybex, I think it's Cybex, seated ham curl doesn't allow for full extension of the knee joint here. Um, and I'm unable to get the full stretch that I am wanting. But watching this video, looks like I wasn't fully extending my knees anyway. So, joke's on me. The purpose of the pad fully negated by my stupidity. Also doing two sets here. Just different angle here. Let's see if I perform this set any better. Watch with you guys. Oh boy, I obviously didn't trim this. But yeah, this is how you get into the machine here. Um, and side note, those are the Vibram KSO EVOs, I think that's what they're called. Um, the thinnest soles they have. Um, this seems a little more challenging than my first set. I think I'm one pin off from the full stack here, which is remarkable because if you follow me on any of my socials, you know that I am horrible in terms of strength on seated hams. Luckily for me, I'm not doing too horribly here. But yeah, that felt really good actually. My hams and my quad sweep is probably my biggest strengths right now in on my lower body. I prefer if I had the other issue of having really big teardrops, you know, because yeah, I don't know. I think the teardrops being really big and full and whatnot really gives that illusion that the leg is always pumped and always big. Where my situation, you're not gonna know my legs are big until I hit a side shot or I don't know. What other ways can I show it off? Maybe wearing too tight of jeans might end up helping me out. But who wears jeans anymore? So there's another unlucky break for me. But here we go, dumbbell RDLs. Normally, this is an example of a lower session A, which is obviously my quad dominant day. Um, Everyone who follows me on socials know that I perform my stiff leg deadlifts on my lower sessions. On it would be lower A. Obviously, this is lower B. So that I still like to have a hip hinge as often as I can on my lower days, just because I really do think that my hamstring development and my erector work uh, actually comes best from hip hinges. And I'm not citing any literature when I say this, but I think you're leaving a lot on the table when it comes to leg development. If you don't do a hip hinge of any sort, can you build large hamstrings and legs doing seated and lying ham curls only? Yeah, probably. Um, is there a chance you could do a little bit more in terms of really filling out their, really completing that day and hitting as many muscle fibers as you can that session? Uh, Primarily, I don't like doing lying hamstring curls on the days I do perform a hip hinge of some sort, which obviously is most lower sessions. But if you're able to, go ahead and do it. The only reason I don't do it is because you can put a little bit of strain on your low back when you're doing lying hamstrings, and your low back's already gonna be fried from doing a hip hinge. So my suggestion would be if you have lower back pump issues, I would stay far away from lying hamstring curls and keep yourself in doing seated, standing single leg, anything of that sort. But again, some people have different capabilities. Obviously, I don't have the capability of doing both every single session back to back. So I'm relegated to doing it once a week in terms of lying, and then once a week doing seated. Um, yeah, again, guys, this is one of my first times. This is my first upload, so apologize for the poor editing. A lot of times I could have sworn I edited all the clips, but looks like I haven't. Here we go. This is the adductor machine here, obviously. No one needs introduction on that. Um, there's been seems like a quite a resurgence when it comes to adductor work. I would say the guys that probably popularized it the most was probably Jordan Peters over in the UK, John Jewett, USA, and Phil Viz, uh, same as John, both located in USA. Yeah, and I mean, they go as far as say now that you'll start to see a lot of people starting their lower sessions with adductor due to the influence that those three I just mentioned has on the industry. Not completely sure, but I think Justin Shear or Shire, I feel really bad. He actually has that pronunciation on his page. And look at this, just not doing anything but recording absolutely nothing here, guys. I am super sorry about that. So I'm going to end the recording here. because I think there's about another 10 minutes of this with nothing going on. So I'm gonna end the voice recording and then I'm gonna edit in the other half. Okay. All right. I am back. Just doing more adductor work here. I think I might have done 3 sets here because that first set was so light that I really didn't consider it to be a true working set. Here we go. Got the stack with a plate, and I think I did maybe 20 reps here. Yeah. So, yeah. Back to the point though. People are recognizing how important adductors are, especially in some of your back shots, your like your double, your lat spread, the like. Um, we just started now notice that guys are starting to tighten the gap between their legs when they're performing these poses to show off the adductors, where previously people would spike their leg out as far as they can to give the illusion that they're taking up a lot more space or they're far bigger than they actually are. Um, but that led to some of the competitors having what we would call a thigh gap, which gained popularity back in however many years ago that was, when thigh gap was a highly debated sexual preference, um, which is really odd to think about now. But yeah, and I did 3 sets here. I will voice over onto the last set here because I think I did a 2 plate set here. Okay, I did, and looking at it, I didn't edit shit for shit. So there you go. Also, guys, if you've made it this far into the video and my audio seems off, or I'm speaking too quickly, speaking too slowly, can't understand me, or um, just any general tips or advice for me, I would greatly appreciate it in the comments. I plan on doing as many of these as I can a week. Will I have a voiceover for the entire 18-minute video? More than likely not, because at some point I'm going to be out of dumb things to say. So, yeah, here we go. Last set here, and then I will let you guys judge for yourself how my first video went. But yeah, there's two. I definitely overestimated my strength. I underestimated the load. I think I might have gotten like 6 or 7 full reps here, and then maybe a partial or two, or maybe less. I don't know. I didn't count. But yeah, guys, that's the entire lower session for me today. If you have any suggestions, tips of any sort, please leave them in the comments. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your Monday. And I will see you guys more than likely tomorrow with a poll session that I recorded. Yeah, see you guys.